People are saying Frank already.
What's the Frank business?
Rick's not in on the Frank joke.
Oh boy.
To
I
be
missed
frank.
1 or 2 sessions and you guys have a joke. Good lord.
To be frank.
Oh, I played the Frank game.
Did you? Oh, that's right. You did play it last time.
And then it
Everybody's
turned into a
obsessed.
joke, did it? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like a meme now. To be frank.
There must be a little bit of a delay because we've started yabbering and I don't. Oh, here we go. People saying hi. So we'll give it 1 minute or how long should we give it? And then we'll kick off.
All the minutes. I don't know. We can start. You guys want to start? I don't know. I don't know if they want to see our faces yet. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Hey, we live? We're good? Let's get going. What are we doing today, Tim? I believe we're playing some more of the Game Jam games from GameDev.tv Game Jam 2022, which has ended and the voting has ended. Yes, perhaps you guys can let me know how that all ended up.
It has so the results are in. If you weren't aware, voting ended yesterday at about 6 p.m. and we've got the top rated games in every category. So if you haven't checked your game, you might want to do that because you can kind of check where you ended up in the rankings with all the different rating scores. But you can also play some of the top rated games in each category, which is awesome. And that's what we're going to do today. We've played some of these already, but we're going to try and play the top 1 or 2 in each category and just kind of hang out and observe and comment on how awesome they are and all that. Congratulations to everybody that entered. Congratulations to everybody that joined. Like, legit, this was our biggest jam ever. And special thanks to Young, who like put in so much work helping all this. Like, dude, I don't even know how you did it. I appreciate everything you did for sure. Yeah, so I guess we'll get started. Should I play the first one?
And it's good to remind again, Tim, that with nearly 1,000 entries, I don't think we'll be able to play all of the games. So
yeah,
we're trying to get through a bunch of the games from last time with our live stream, but we've decided let's go and play the top rated games and we'll see how we go. Maybe we can get to some of those other games later on, but we'll do our best.
We 100% would love to play every single game, but I appreciate everybody that is bearing with us and just realizing that it's not actually possible. Cool. So I'm going to open this up. This one's a download game, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. Okay. This has voice acting. You guys can't hear it, I don't think, though.
Do you want me to do it? Who dares to trespass the walkway of the Pharaohs?
That's not quite as good as what's here. That's
a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit
the
different.
lord of the underworld.
The voice acting in this is actually legit.
Is it? Oh, okay.
It's
go check
good.
it out. It'll be even more awesome. But given that we can't hear it,
am I just staring at it stupidly?
Yeah, you're staring at it.
But it sounds so good.
So good. It's so amazing. surely our technology allows us to. Anyway.
But yeah,
we're not so good with the technologies.
Oh man, they know we're not that good. They come to expect this now. By the passage of time, one whose name I do not know. I see visions of those filled with envy attempting to erase you from history. I see those consumed by greed, desecrating your sacred tomb and stealing your possessions. The writing's actually really good in this too. If you wish to pass on, you must undergo a series of trials. These trials shall be the key to unlocking your forgotten memories and restore your name into the book of the dead. Go, Pharaoh, escape the eternal darkness and master the light. Let the trials begin. Let's do it. This is not what I expected. I thought this was going to be a visual novel. I really did.
Oh.
Okay. I'm clicking that. It doesn't work.
Oh, someone said this game blue screened their PC. Ooh. So if you disappear, Tim, it's all good.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Oh, it's puzzly based.
Okay. Okay.
Boing, zing.
Okay, so then you can kind of...
Can you rotate the mirrors?
I tried. That was the first thing I tried. Because I saw The Mummy in 2001, okay? I know how that works. Let me see. I think you got a... okay.
Hey, yeah, that's really clever. Nice. Oh, that's a big one. Can you only
Yeah.
move it a particular direction, can you?
Yeah, only in like.
How
How
far can
am
it
I
go?
that far?
Oh.
About that far. That's
Oh,
it.
wow.
How do I? Let me see. I feel like that mirror has something to do with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh.
I
very tight.
I was like, oh, okay, well that works.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sudden ending.
This is cool. You know what I like about this game is the mechanics really don't have anything to do with death is only the beginning, but they've framed the game. They framed the game in a way where it fits perfectly within that theme. You know what I mean? And they did that all creatively with writing, which is great.
Mm.
What is this? Is that a? It's not a generator. It doesn't generate light.
So, have we got any sort of timer or countdown or progress, or is it just the raw game at this stage?
I don't see any kind of
Would you
counter.
add anything to it, Yong? What do you think? Does it need any kind of pressure, time pressure, or does it not matter? Just relaxing, play the game for as long as it takes.
I would say that depends on if if you were to publish this game, what sort of audience are you targeting? Because if you're targeting mobile, uh, it probably needs to be relaxed, no pressure, take your time, kind of like it is, maybe with some more polish in terms of uh, making it clear how things work. Uh, I mean, obviously you can figure it out by experimenting, but I know at the beginning we were clicking and trying to figure out what exactly uh, like clicking it
What
did
to
or
do?
anything like that.
Yeah.
But
That's
otherwise,
tough. It's
yeah,
tough with game jam games, isn't it, to give tutorial type things without taking too much time because you're so busy trying to get your game done and polished and
mhm,
not have bugs to then get there and explain how to play. It's like, I'm just gonna put some notes in the
yeah,
itch page.
I will say I refuse to play Undercooked or Overcooked or whatever that game is called because of because of the timer, man. If I could cook stuff without a timer, I'd be all about it. But I
But
hate
then
when like
wouldn't your stuff burn? You need a timer. You need to
well
know when to
no
take
that
it out
like
of the oven.
the fire is fine because it's like okay it sets on fire if you don't get it out in time. But there's a timer that you have to deliver X amount of recipes in, and that makes that game way too stressful for me. Like I don't want any kind of timers on my puzzle games.
Hmm.
That's something I don't. It will completely turn me off from the puzzle. Okay, there's
yeah,
that, and then
yeah. And to
thinking,
add on to your question, Rick, I actually am not experienced enough with the puzzle genre. I've never actually released a puzzle game, so I imagine there's some market research in there in terms of what kind of puzzle gamer I guess categories are there, because obviously Overcooked is I guess can be thought of as a well that's categorized as a party game, but it's also kind
that's
of a
true.
yeah,
It's not technically it's solvable, but it's like
mhm,
not really though. It's more of a party
yeah,
game. It's not the same genre. But that's immediately what comes to mind when you said should I put timers in it? I'm just like no timers, please. I don't like them. But there's a game called Unrailed, which is kind of similar party game ish. And in that game, you're building a track in front of a train, and it doesn't have a timer. But at the same time, because you have to build the track in time for the train to get there, it mechanically makes sense. And so for some reason, it doesn't bother me as much, even though technically it's still a timer, but it's like a mechanic based timer, right?
Hmm.
So there's a lot of creative things that you can do with time pressure without a timer in general, I think.
okay.
Okay.
So Tim, should we do one last puzzle in this and then have a look at another one?
Yeah, let me figure this one out. Rick, you're gonna have to stop me because I'm all about Egyptian stuff, and then like,
I know.
Yeah,
okay, fine.
You've
I
told me
typical
guess
about
I'll
puzzle
your
stop.
gamer over
bedroom
here.
and the Egyptian pharaoh theme that you've got running throughout.
There we go.
Anywho, okay,
Awesome
so
game,
awesome
100%,
game. That was
super great.
by Gnomes Ice. Noam's
Yeah,
Ice.
I will link it in the chat in case you guys want to play it.
Cool. Okay, so next up, I'm still within the fun category, and we're gonna have a look at Machinism, by Blazer. This has got a bullet hell kind of shooty type game, which is the sort of game I'm into. So we'll see how this one goes. Full screen it at some point.
This one might be my personal favorite.
Oh, that's a big call. Okay, so I'll just sort of make the music-y sound effect type thing so that you guys can hear it. Okay, tab
Engine
pause,
noises.
using the brakes, start, space. Okay, start. How do I control? Oh, yeah, pew, 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 pew. It does make a big difference when you've got audio.
This
So
looks
I'm
beautiful.
hitting the brakes. Cool. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I watched
love when
Young
you've
play
got
this yesterday. It was very juicy.
lots of bullets. I love. Oh, how do I do a turn so I can get that? Uh-oh, it's on me. Upgrades are available. Do I know how to get upgrades? Should I know? Whoop.
You might have to pause the game.
Okay, I should have figured out how to change my audio because the music is crazy loud and I can't hear you guys. But
Oh, right, yeah, you have to
faster
die.
bullets. Oh, upgrades! I love upgrades. Yeah, faster bullets. Who doesn't love upgrades? Oh, there's some bullets. Oh, this is really tight. It's a great game jam game as well because you can play it for a minute, have a good experience, and then play it again if you really like it, or move on if it's not your flavor. Oh, this is cool. The movement's pretty straightforward. I mean, this is the sort of thing programmatically that go through a course or two and you've got the skills to do this. Just follow the mouse, which is pretty straightforward, and then spawning other objects, other enemies, and have some of them just move towards the player. Some of them move slow, fast. Doing one of my personal favorite things, which is create one enemy, change the color, change the speed. Hey presto, you got two enemies. So you got the red guy and the blue guy. Boom. It's a really cool way of doing it. Which one next, you guys? Plastic rifle? Coin magnet. Coin magnet.
I like coin magnet, yeah.
I'm really bad at turning around to pick things up, so. Got some nice little particles coming out the back. Got the trail. Nice. I like it. Yeah, this is one you're going to have to stop me as well. Because I'm just going to keep playing and playing.
Doesn't look like you're gonna die anytime soon.
So good.
But death is only the beginning.
Death is, yeah. What's death is the only beginning? Only the beginning? Maybe that's a bit irrelevant. And it looks like the enemies might be scaling up with my run. Oh, whoa. Okay. More health. Super coin magnet. We'll do one more power up and then we'll call it a day.
This is
Whoa,
interesting
that's
because, like, Vampire Survivors, for example, gives you upgrades like as you survive, but this gives you upgrades as you die.
awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely want to play that all day long. So, yeah, really cool. I think that's a really sweet game jam game. A really sweet game in general. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm extracting the next game in our list because we're moving over to the aesthetics category. This is a really cool category because it's visually beautiful stuff. And this one's called Onryo, I think. Onryo. Vengeful Spirit. It looks like a fighting game of some sort, so we shall see. Oh, this was the source. Hold on. Let me get this running.
Yeah.
And I downloaded the wrong thing. It was like 23 megabytes or like 500 megabytes, and I'm like, let's download the bigger thing.
So I'm interested for people who are watching live and in the chat at the moment, if you participated in this game jam, and if it was your first ever game jam, is there anything that you realized that you weren't expecting, or that you learnt that you didn't realize you had learnt, or any sort of progress you made that that you think's noteworthy? One of the things that I think last week we showed the game I worked on with my kids, the Draggy Dog. We got a little bit of Draggy Dog action happening, and like I knew this for sure. And I even said it before the game jam. I said it so many times: is don't go and do something that you haven't done before as the main thing for your game. So for me, working in an engine that's not my main engine and working on a mechanic I'd never done before, I took so much time just figuring out how to do that thing that I'd never done before. It meant I didn't get time to properly finish the game and finesse it. So I know there were some people saying, oh, I'm not sure if I agree with you, but absolutely make a thing that you've already made the the programming aspect of it before, and then put a tweak to it, as opposed to saying, well, I've never made a puzzle game, maybe I'll try a puzzle game. That, I don't think in game jams, I don't think that's a recipe for success.
Yeah.
Puzzle games are hard because you have to test the hell out of them.
Yeah.
You really do. So many puzzles I've created where I thought, oh, this is an easy puzzle, and it takes somebody 30 minutes to get through. Okay, so I read the controls. I did read the controls. I swear. So I'm controlling this orb now. I'm not very good at this game, so like, okay, so WASD to move, and then it said I have to take control of somebody, right? Or yeah. And I just read his body.
We'll just pop us out of the way.
Hold on.
Whoop.
Oh, okay.
So
No.
this looks-
It says game over, but no. Let me glance at the controls one more time. There's a lot. So this is
I'm gonna bring
part of the.
I'm gonna bring my skeptical hat here and say that it looks like there's a lot of art in this game. I wonder how much of this was created just for this particular game jam. You know, which is something I feel a little bit bad. It seems very accusational, but is it something we should care about or not worry about? That maybe someone had a few assets hanging around already.
Or maybe somebody's really good at what they do. Like I've seen some amazing looking game jam games, especially if you work with a team and you have a dedicated artist the whole time. And in 10 days, you could definitely create something like this. But that's a testament to their stuff. I mean, we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they didn't, do something like that. But the fact that you would question whether it's possible in 10 days means that if they did do that, like, they did a good job, right?
Yeah.
What was I missing? How do I take control of them? X?
One thing is that we did allow free assets in the jam as well as public domain resources.
Oh, yeah.
So this could be from Open Game Art.
Looks pretty consistent though, right? Like it looks.
Yeah, it does.
Why is there two? Oh no, I understand. Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's a really good point. If you went and got some stock assets and modified it, or even created it from scratch, yeah. If someone's a good pixel artist, maybe it's because I'm not a very good pixel artist, so I'm like, whoa, that would have taken a lot of time. But looking at it now,
so the feedback I would have for this game is very similar to what I would say for a lot of game jam games. So I'm having trouble. There's only 5 or 6 buttons in this game, but I'm having trouble keeping them all in my head at the same time. And so a little bit of user feedback would go a long way. For example, when I'm taking control of a dude, if I'm hovering over the dude, it should show the key, or at least just say the letter of like what I press right there. That makes the game infinitely more playable. So like right now, or some kind of basic tutorial, and I know that's a lot to ask in a game jam. Okay, so I've got this. I think okay, he's very aggressive. Sorry. I'm trying so hard. I probably wasn't the right person for this game. Because okay. X and C and then space. I think I can take control of them and kill them. Is that just the objective? I'm supposed to. Does it matter if my dude dies? Why is my game over if I'm in a dude?
Maybe you're supposed to.
Obviously, this game's got mechanics. It's got art. It's got all that stuff, right? But I'm having trouble kind of, I guess, understanding. And it seems like some of that was on the page, but keeping in your head while playing is complicated. I don't know why it's game over. Yeah. But this game looks fantastic. And this won first place in aesthetics, which it definitely should have. Right? It looks fantastic. So good job to Splendid Fox Games. If you guys want to play that game, I will link it.
Nice. So I'm going to have a look at the second placed. And just a reminder, it's not all about first place and second place and who was great. It's entering game jams is all about personal development and progress. And I agree, trying new things out. So my statement before about if you're making something, make something you know, is more for people who are first timers or second timers. If you've gone through a few game jams, like, you know what, I'm just going to try a puzzle game because what the heck, then cool, all the power to you. Okay, so Maggot's Life is what we've got coming up next. And whoop, zoink. It's a little bit of an intro here. So it looks like a very Blackthorn Prod art style, if you guys are familiar with that. The thick black outline around the hand-drawn stuff, which I like. I think it's a really lovely art style. That looks gross. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. I like the wiggly wobbly. Oh, you can't see me. I'm waving my hands. Oh, I'm a maggot. I'm a maggot. I'm okay. Ba-da-ba-ba. Okay, I should read the instructions. Your siblings sure are hogs. They barely left you any food. Better go find some. Oh, yum.
I just want to point out, like, the way that this lays out the controls is exactly what I was talking about. This is fantastic. It doesn't take a lot of work to do that, and by putting them in the game, it makes it infinitely more playable, I think. And I know, again, you have very limited time in the game jam, but it's really hard to keep all this stuff in your head at once. And so one at a time is way better.
Spacebar is jump, but okay, it's not actually jumping for me at the moment. So
we'll it's physics-based, it looks like.
Get up the hill. Yeah, cool. I can see why people rated it highly for aesthetics.
I love the art style. I really love it.
Oh, there we go. Now I can jump. I couldn't jump before. Oh, come on, get up the hill. Woo! Nice.
Like getting over it with maggots.
Oh, but then I can't jump. Okay, why am I not able to jump?
I think it's physics-based, so you might have to do a shift, like roll boost, and then jump.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I jumped and it slowed me down. Okay.
Get good, Rick.
Don't judge me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the little nuances. So the tutorial is also animated. There's a lot of things in here that are animated that really add to the polish here. Like even the little black foreground thing is animated.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not like a crazy complex animation, right? It's just like a little wiggle, but it adds a lot.
The other way? No. Yeah. Okay, I'm having trouble jumping. Is like that's how far I jump. But if I go, okay, maybe I've got to hit this as a Evel Knievel ramp. Here we go. Jump! Ah, that didn't work. And
now the chat is
every time I get airborne, it's like brr. Okay, I'll try one more time, but
who let Rick play this one?
Yeah, the chat's getting brutal.
Getting over it with maggots. Yeah, I know it feels that way. So you know, if I hit this hard, whoa, and then shift jump.
Peter wants to know: have you tried being better?
Well, Peter can shush, can't he? You know what? Let me get. Here we go. Now you can see me and my reaction to what Peter's saying. So here's the problem I've got: is the jump is minuscule. Here's how much jump I get. Net. And then if I hit shift and then jump, it just slows me down and stops me. So I'm not sure.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, and then I hit shift too many times and got this error. Okay, one last time. Sorry to the creator of this game. Jumped.
Oh, you did it. You did it.
I'm done. I'm out of here. Make sure you've eaten twice before proceeding. I haven't been able to... See, now I can't jump again.
You maggot.
I don't know why. Can I not jump if I haven't eaten?
Oh, maybe that's it. Snacks eaten 0 out of 5 in the top right.
Snacks eaten. Make sure you've eaten twice before proceeding.
I didn't recognize that the whole time because it's a little out of place with all the beautiful fonts and animations and stuff.
It's a disconnect from the art style. It also seems to blend in with that background there.
Yeah.
It almost makes me wonder if if this was a team project, I haven't actually looked at the project page, but there might have been someone else doing the UI implementation versus the level implementation, because the level implementation, the graphics there seem exceptional. Multiple layers of parallax. They've got animations, got the tutorial in the, you know, animating in the beginning, and then suddenly you have this UI thing in the top right. So it could be, maybe lack of time. There could be so many different explanations for that.
Yeah, there's always an excuse for it in a game jam. Like there's so many other things to focus on.
So I probably could have played longer and figured it out, but just to move along.
We're getting a good sample of games today. We're not like trying to go hardcore on anything.
You know what? If anyone's sitting there saying, it's so obvious how to do it, then that's a good impetus for you guys to go play it.
Go do it. Exactly. Get good. Okay, so in the music category, number 1 is Trials of the Pharaoh. We already played that, so we're not going to play that again.
It's going to be a bit hard for us to get the music to come across when we haven't figured out how to make music come through our stream.
So Rick is going to beatbox while I play Dinosaur Destruction Death Dash. And he's going to imagine what the music would be like. Okay, so they used a bunch of assets that they linked. Cool for linking them. Okay, this looks cool. This looks cool. Let me turn it off real quick as I get it up and running. I love the name, though. Can I say that? Dinosaur Destruction Death Dash. Whoever named it, you put in work here.
Kind of reminds me of Turok back in the day. I don't know if any of you guys play Turok, but
way back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I watched my brother play that for dozens of hours. He was so into that game.
Yeah.
And then the EXE is called Dinosaur Frogger. That's great. Okay. Okay. We'll play Dinosaur Frogger. Man, your naming guy though got it so right. Dinosaur Destruction Death Dash. Okay. Yeah, this has got some prehistoric music. It's like some boom boom. Yes.
So everyone should go grab this game right now so you can listen to why.
Oh my god, they're dancing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. This is great.
Are they dancing in time to the music or just dancing?
Yes, they're dancing to the music. This is amazing.
Nice.
No.
Oh, it is literally Frogger. I see. Cool. There you go.
Take it, Rick.
Okay.
Rick's like, I don't care. Okay.
I can't hear it.
Dance.
The next category is sound. I'm not sure if we're going to have a good experience once again if we're going through music and sound. Mechanics. I'm going to just jump to mechanics.
Look at this character. I like this character. Yeah. Very stylistic. I know it's probably an asset that they used, but it's very stylistic.
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
The color palette kind of bothers me because I feel like the main character blends in a little bit too much with the ground.
Yeah, it does look a little disjointed, right? And you can kind of tell it doesn't blend very well.
I believe in one of our skill builder projects, one of the ones that Gary created, we do a Crossy Road Frogger type project. I wonder if there's any inspiration for this game that's come from that.
Possibly. Actually, this looks similar to that setup, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I did see quite a few games that used like some of our course materials, which actually is pretty cool. Like if someone is super new and they're just getting used to the course stuff, I got saved there, but then I died. And they're just getting used to the course stuff. It's really cool that they entered a game jam this early in their dev cycle because it took me a long time to learn stuff to even get confidence to be able to make a game in a game jam. All right, I'm gonna try this. This is my last attempt. Oh, I won't. This is my last attempt.
Famous last words. Count. Just one more time.
Everyone's had a parent coming into them and be like, "Hey, get off that thing now, no, just one more turn.
One more.
We'll just pause it. I'm playing online. I can't pause it.
Stop playing Halo on the Nintendo. Mom,
Nintendo.
it's not a Nintendo. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'm liking it.
Nice.
My mouse is locked. I can't get out of here. No. Okay. Quit. There we go. Boom.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
And then
Pretty cool.
I'm going to have a look at snack shambling, which is within the mechanics category. I've skipped over sound. Going to snack shambling. Looks like it's a web-based game, which is cool. WebGL. Uh-oh, we've got the spam in the chat.
Snack shambling. I'll get rid of it. I accidentally featured one of these comments on a stream once that you weren't a part of, Rick. So I removed it because I was ashamed.
You're a hungry zombie and it's time to find some brains. There are many perilous enemies in the graveyard, but don't worry, if you die, you'll go back to the last glowing gravestone. Okay, cool. WASD, space, and pick up and throw a head. Okay, let's... Whoop. Jump.
This is a pretty game.
I like
Look at that,
this
I
one.
get a checkpoint already. What do I do up there? Woo! Rip. Ah. Oh, that's going to squash me. Oh, this is cool. This looks very handmade. I know what I have to do. Yeah. That was awesome. So you get squashed for a moment, and then you can go underneath things. Okay, squash me. Oh, that seems a bit quick. Squash, and then I have to... Whoop, whoop. That's really fun. That's cool. Whoop. And then how do I get my head and pick it up? E?
This
I
is
have to
really
chuck it up
cool.
there, do I? Ah. Oh, this is really fun. This has got some very interesting mechanics. Ah, boy. Come on, here we go. Jump through. Oh, look at that. See, you guys, I'm not terrible at video games after all. No comment. Can I just not hear you? Have you frozen?
No, I'm just watching the game. I'm impressed.
I literally can't hear you guys. My audio, the game is like...
This deserves to be up there in mechanics.
Okay, how do I get up there?
Do you have to
Any ideas?
stand on your head? Maybe you stand on your head and jump.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. You have to
How do I
get your
my
head
back though? We'll go back here.
yeah, go back and get squashed somewhere. I'm not sure. I actually didn't make it past that point either. I was not sure how
Wait,
to.
you have your head.
Oh,
So
yeah, you do.
it responds. So
Oh, my head's back. Oh, maybe I need my head to make that jump.
Or
No.
I think you need it below you, like
Okay.
jump on top of it. Yeah.
Whoop. Oh, now I gotta go back and get it.
get your head out of the basement.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Jump. Okay, here we go. You think I need to put on the ground and then jump on it?
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm definitely...
Oh,
Oh,
you
look at
did
how
it.
clever we are. Whoa! Ah, no, back the other way. Oh,
This is great. I can totally see like using all these mechanics together in like a super puzzly level.
go! Woo! Oh, okay, I'm not allowed to do that. Okay, I'm getting it now. Yeah, this is really cool. There's a lot of simple mechanics, but it's done really well. Got to the end. Okay, that's a good place to... Oh, that's it. Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome.
I'm glad I didn't stop just before we got there. By
That's really
Bram
cool.
Brooks.
That's a beautiful concept. I do want to point out Dice Show was my favorite game from the entire jam. I don't know if the dev of Dice Show devs are here, but this is my favorite game. Rick played this one. We can go to story, play some. One last visit. All right. Okay. Interact with E, continue with space, move WC arrows, restart Current scene with R. Can you move WSD? Okay. I can't maximize this, I don't think.
You're also whispering. So
I apologize for whispering.
whispering.
Death.
Delia Melbrook, her time has come. You know what the game I really enjoyed was the game we played last week where you had to say whether someone went to heaven or hell, and everyone was awful. Like,
That
this
was
person, they gave to charity, they're lovely, but they murdered their wife. It's like, what?
yeah. I was really getting into the ethical dilemmas in that game. But then I was like, oh wait, everybody murdered somebody, so they can all go to hell. Knock knock. I keep knocking. Can I knock very rudely? Hello, dear. Come already. Your time has come. This always seems so far away until it's here. Come inside. I've been waiting for you. Never knew when you'd come, of course, but I knew you would. Oh, I just got some cookies out of the oven. Ooh, this job has perks.
Oh, some cookie. That's going to be one of those sorts of shows. Hey, welcome to the front door.
Cool
Got some
down a bit.
Cookies out of the oven. Why don't you come inside and check out my cookies?
Maybe so.
Am I reading to something that's not there?
I'll be in the garden when you're ready. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
chicka bow bow, beep bow bow. Death arrived. Oh, this is interesting, isn't it?
Your family husband wasn't quite so accepting, if I recall. They'll happy here. So you just click on items, I guess. Beautiful grandfather clock. I wonder if I could hide inside of there. Why? That sweet old lady just invited you inside. You're gonna like hide, give her a heart attack? Is that what?
Sweet old lady is his customer. She's his target audience.
It's me.
Mario.
A little morbid. I can't imagine that lady shooting deer. Maybe her husband's. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna go hide in the clock then and scare this lady to death. Oh wait, no, I gotta continue. Okay, I'm in her garden. Time to kill her, I guess. Sit down. There you are. How did you like it inside? Do you think I have a nice house? I've seen worse. I suppose you'd know. You must have seen it all. Huh? I'll tell you the truth. I wouldn't have minded a few more years, some time to finish my books, water the plants, learn to paint, watch my grandchildren grow old. Suppose it can't be. No one else gets. This is making me depressed, man. I'm getting old. I don't want this to happen to me. I can't bake cookies either. No one else gets to do that. See their grandchildren grow old. I mean, it wouldn't be so nice, I imagine. Aging can be rough on a young lady. But don't worry about that now. Just doing your job. I've got to do mine. Why don't you take a cookie? It's really rude if I don't take a cookie, right?
Take a cookie. Maybe she
Although
death.
my
cookie.
my
Take the
Reaper
cookie.
is a vegetarian though, so he doesn't eat chocolate chip cookies. So like,
Wait, he's vegetarian, so he doesn't eat chocolate chip cookies? What aspect of chocolate chip cookies has meat in it?
What?
I don't know this lady. Okay, I don't know what kind of weird stuff she's
Sorry,
into.
I can't eat a cookie. I'm a vegetarian. That's you're a weird Grim Reaper there, Tim. This
I tried to hide in a
you're
clock. Just give me a little bit of room
like,
here.
What's my motivation? Who am I?
I get that special sweetness. When I was still teaching, there'd be children all over the backyard of mine. Didn't have all the delicate plants then. They were so free to play where they wanted. Students loved to join me for cookies Friday after class, or was it Tuesday? Oh, my dear Gregory always said I spoiled them. But I think they learned a lot more from me. If anything, perhaps I was a little rough on my own children. Tried to make a point to treat them like any of my students in class. They're both grown up now and parents themselves. They still call me, so I must have done something right. Husband was very worried about Jacob, but he turned out to be a very nice gentleman. He certainly built a nice family now. Gregory really would be proud. I'm a little scared to ask this, but was Gregory all right when he met you? Should we tell her the truth? Should we lie?
Tell it.
He couldn't accept it.
You're the Grim Reaper. You don't care. You're like, whatever.
He was always very proud. I was
Did
sure you
you
wouldn't.
do the top one or the bottom one just then?
I said he couldn't handle it.
Oh, and
Bottom one.
then, but the answer was like, he was great. So,
He was always very proud. That's what she said.
Oh.
There is voice acting in this too,
Oh.
by the way. She's narrating all this.
Oh, you want me to do that?
You got an old lady voice.
conceded to you easily.
Sure. Oh, you
better than
must
that?
think I'm stalling. I won't make you wait much longer, I promise. It's really hard to quit story games before you get to some kind of conclusion, man. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
What will it be like once I'm gone? Are my children going to be all right? I hope they won't be too sad. If there was, this lady doesn't know how to have conversations. There's just monologues. Man, what if I want to talk about myself as a Reaper?
You'd stall as well. Grim Reaper's sitting next to you, like, oh, you want a cup of coffee, some cookies? How are my children? I like this grass.
Grandma.
There was some way to let them know. No sense of worrying anymore. They'll be all right. I just know it. What about me now? Is there another
You've got
life
nothing to
beyond
worry
this?
about. Come and I'll show you. Come and I'll show you. Let's do it. Come with me.
I'll show you. Suppose that would be best. I guess we must be going then. Just one more thing, though. Please just let me have one more cookie. Recipe is from my own grandmother. She taught me, my mother, and my mother taught me. They taste good to die for.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good.
You know to keep an old woman smiling. I suppose it's fine. Let's go. And thank you for listening.
Oh my goodness, that's deep.
Wait, that's the ending? You just like listen to her?
What do you mean? Listening is an important skill.
I know, but now it's sad.
The point
it's
here
like
is
sad
a lot
now.
of
I thought she was
going to
poison the Grim Reaper.
To. She had to wait until the Grim Reaper came along for someone to actually listen to her for her stories, because her kids aren't. Where were her kids? They weren't there.
Yeah,
she seemed in pretty good health though. She seemed like she had a bit more time left. Just
I gotta go call my mom and reach out to friends I haven't talked to in a while, and like,
yeah,
sad stuff. Okay,
I like
this was good.
I like the contrast. Big team on that as well.
It deserves to be story. The story was really well done in this. Like, obviously, it's like she talks a lot, but you kind of get it, right? You kind of like get why she's saying all that stuff. So I think it was really well done. That's really, really cool. If she would have poisoned the cookies to kill Death, I think that would have been a great ending. But that wouldn't have had the same impact that it did have.
Wouldn't quite make sense. Yeah, but it looks like there's 4 people on that team. So good work to
job.
the team. Yeah, nice. So I've got another one I was going to have a look at here, Tim. Also within the story category, Better Off Dead. Let me just fire this up. I know that's not the right kind of music, but that's the Seinfeld music. So, Better Off Dead, level select settings, audio. Oh, okay. Thank you. Hallelujah. Just so I can hear you guys talking. How do I move? Oh,
I like the art for this one.
Yeah.
Necromancer. Nee. Next. Okay. Skeleton. Exclamation point. My hard work has finally paid off. I've summoned my first skeleton. Those dunces at the academy will pay dearly for my ridicule. I like it. That's what all evil necromancers are up to, showing those kids at school. Shouldn't have bullied me. Such a bonely one. No, I like what you've done there. Soon I'll have an army of skeletons. Okay, so this was in the story category that it rated well. So, you go wait in the storeroom while I summon the rest of my army. You're hogging my moonlight. Okay. Ready to do some moving. Okay. It was much more peaceful when I was dead. I should try to find a way back. Oh, he's trying to get back. Yeah. Level complete. Look at that. Hey, you guys, how long did it take me to figure out that level? No time. That's how long. You didn't even make it to my first battle. Stay out of trouble this time. You know what? I'll put me on the screen just for fun. Oh, us on the screen. There we go. Next. I locked up the spikes for your own good. Now leave me to my work. Okay, you got it, Dad. Okay, I gotta jump on this up to there. Oh, how high can I jump? Not that high. Here we go. Maybe I shouldn't play skill-based games on stream.
Are you saying you have no skill?
Did I? No, I didn't say that. No skill. That's harsh, Tim Roswick.
I thought that's what you said.
You still found it. Okay, cool. So basically, he's like trying to make it more difficult for me to kill myself. You'll never make it this time. Nee hee hee. Nee hee hee to you too. Who? Okay. Oh, this looks. As soon as there's a puzzly aspect in it, you know I'm not going to do well, you guys. Thinking in games, that doesn't. Oh, okay. How do I get up there? Can I push those crates, you think? Boink. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Not as silly as I look. Whomp. And then doip. Jump over there. Push that on the button. No. Why can't I push? Uh-oh. Get rid of this one. Oh, I can't get rid of it now. Uh-oh. Jump up there. I have a feeling that I've just failed this. I'll get up this one, up that one, up that one, up there. Nope. Come on. No.
Is there a restart button?
Um.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
You moved
There
it.
I go.
Yeah, you got it.
There I go. Okay, that seemed to end up where it needed to end up, and then boink. I'm a skeleton. I'm a skeleton. I want to do something with those jars. Nom, nom, nom. And then here we go. Okay. Only
You do got
I covered the
skill.
screen.
You did good.
Cool. Okay, so I'll pause that one there. I think we've seen a good amount of it, of me fumbling through. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead in terms of actually making it through a couple of levels.
So this got number 3 in story, which is cool. So the story seems pretty humorous.
Nice. Yeah.
Number 2 in story and number 1 in theme, I'm going to play now, called To Love an Underworld. To Love an Underworld.
To love an underworld.
Downloading it. It's 400 megabytes, so it might be a sec. There we go. And gigabit internet was the best thing I ever bought. Just saying.
I wish I had access to that.
It's pretty great.
No such luck.
Okay, it's got some good music. It's RPG Maker. Finally, time to explore the cracks left by the last earthquake. Better go. I don't want to keep my friends waiting on me. Keith, wait. Well, you kind of failed there. Yeah, Mom, be careful out there.
Be careful.
Go messy business. If the brigands show up, just run. Yes, Mom, I'll run from the brigands. Anything else?
Nah.
You forgot your bag. Thanks. Go now. Don't be late for dinner.
Bye.
Deuces. Off to the dungeons, Mom. I'm here. I'm late.
Gasp.
Take it easy, bud. You're all sweaty. You wouldn't be up for a hug, would you, Snyder? Ew,
Snyder.
take a breather. We've still got to wait on Terry. Yeah, he's taking his sweet time, isn't he? Ignore Leslie. She's only bored because she came up super early. I think the waiting is over. I see Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Sorry. Sup, Terry? You know how does these sticky mums?
Sticky
Exactly.
mums? What?
Yeah. Check. Snyder. Check.
Check.
Keith. Check. Terry. Check.
Check.
All right, we're
Snyder.
good.
Check. Terry. Check. Morty. Check. Wait, Morty?
Who checks you? I checked myself when I got here. Let's
Duh.
go. Ladies first. Cowards. All right, the whole squad is here. I had to rush there only to walk super
This
slow.
looks like we've got the mage, we've got the rogue.
Look at this mess. How do you know who's who?
You don't.
Pretty impressive
What
on the
one
earthquake.
earthquake?
It's this metal ore. Dad's gonna love it. Dad, the geologist, or I hope he's just not bringing him random rocks. I don't do
Yeah,
this.
that's the
Forgot
game.
about
You have to go and chisel rocks and then take it back to Mum, sticky Mum, and then give it to Dad who loves rocks.
Got a bad feeling, so I think we should go. But we just got here. Come on, I didn't pack myself lunch, so I could go home and eat it. You didn't pack it. Your mother did. This This is a lot of like dialogue back and forth and a little bit of world building.
See if you can get
Nothing.
to gameplay. Oh, there we go. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
This is an
Who's
RPG
that?
Maker game, so this kind of is the gameplay. It's got probably a little bit of combat, but
Oh, oh,
whoa!
oh, there you go.
Let's get out of here. Why'd you stop? We're
Ah.
stuck.
Oh, there's a crack.
The unholy crack.
Looks fell. Everyone died. Now we're all dead.
Earthquake over yet, guys?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're dead.
You got wings, though. That's cool. Wish I had these in life. Man, could have flown around. Would have been a celebrity.
Try drinking Red Bull.
Doesn't literally give you wings.
Well, it might. I never had it before. Better go look for them and figure out what's going on. Use the arrow keys.
Never
to
had
move
Red Bull?
spacebar.
You strike
No.
me as a guy who would have tried a little bit of Red Bull.
Because I'm American?
Sneaky.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you're American.
Okay.
know-
No. I tried to zoom in on my face.
Okay. Okay.
I tried a monster one time and it almost gave me a heart attack. Like my heart started beating so fast. I was like, I don't know what's in this, but it's not for me. Okay, I gotta like.
Yeah,
is
you
this
know what's in it?
stairs?
A lot of caffeine, a lot of sugar, and a lot of stuff that makes your heart beat fast.
It made me feel unstable. Like I'm gonna die from this thing. So I don't know if people drink it.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to drink Red Bull. It's not good for you, particularly when you're like as a young, a young person. You go out to the nightclubs and you have some Red Bull at 3 a.m. That's really not a good recipe for getting to sleep when you get back home. That's
Yeah,
like,
they got Red Bull with vodka. They got like drinks that you can get with
Yeah.
like. That doesn't make any sense to me. That seems okay. Anyway, what is this? Is it dead? Hey, is that monster? Get away from me, Lexi. Is that you? What do you mean? Of course it's me. So we're finding all our dead friends. Wait, you remind me of something. It's Keith. We're probably not going to get through much of this game. This seems like a very like long,
there's a lot to it.
longer story. Which it makes sense that it's number one in story, right? So
Yeah.
I'll find one more
Awesome.
friend.
So good work
Or-
to the creators on this. It's deep.
Yeah.
It's tricky when people are looking for a quick experience. It's tricky to build up that depth of characters and depth of stuff. I think
Yeah.
it's always really good to give people a balance between the story and the gameplay. So I'm trying to do a thing actually clicking around and doing it, but at the same time I'm getting that story provided to me. And if the
Right.
story can give you some clue on how to play the game, then you're going to pay a lot of attention to the story. So at the moment, the story just seems like, I don't know, there's stuff going on.
Yeah.
And if
we're
you're
trying to find our
patient and if
friends.
you're into all that, then it's really cool. But if the story was saying, hey, we need to do X, Y, and Z in order to defeat the boss, then I'll be paying a lot more attention to it.
Right. And some people are super into games just for the story. So I 100% get why, everybody's into different things. That's why we had a story category specifically, because a lot of times story tends to fall on the wayside. And I've
Yeah.
entered a lot of game jams where it's just not important. So it's cool that we have
Yeah,
a
it's
story
a-
category so games like this can rise to the top.
Absolutely. And if you're interested in being a narrative designer or cinematic designer or any sort of story-based designer, then this is a good place to practice it, I think. So I was going to have a look at, maybe we can play one or two more, Tim. I was going to have a look back in the fun category, because we're all fun guys.
Yeah.
Where's
That's the
some
main
friends?
category too. We added as the main one.
Bugcat Adventure was the next one along here. We'll have a look at this. We've got more spam in the chat again.
Bots, man.
Bots.
Put them in timeout. Yeah, every stream, 2 or 3 times a stream. I don't know what's up with YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at me go.
Oh, I love this one.
Oh, this is cute.
This one's great.
Is that a dog? Is it dragging? What? Was I supposed to do that? No, it wasn't supposed to do that. You died. Okay, but now that's just the beginning. Oh, death is only the beginning. Yeah, someone read the
Bum, bum,
instructions.
bum.
Oh, shotgun. Shoot for your life. How do I shoot? Oh, there we go. Mouse. Boom. Look at that. That's a little bit. Oh, look at the look on his face now. He's gone psycho. Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? I don't know if I'm supposed to spare my bullets. I can see a boss coming up, and then if I've shot all of my bullets, I'll be in trouble. Okay. It's cool that, you know what? It's a really nice art style, I think. Very pleasing, very pleasant. And I would just like to say, I'm crushing it. Just
You are.
in terms
You're
of my
doing really
skill
good.
ability here.
So you do got skill.
Nice. I was too busy congratulating myself and I bopped into a guy. Okay. Death is only the beginning. What is the ending?
That's
How
the
do I
theme
win?
for next year, Rick. Death is the end.
Oh, boom. Oh, another shotgun. Boom. Oh, I need to pick up more shot. Oh, okay. Ah. Okay. Oh, it's definitely speeding up. Okay, I'm feeling it. And I've got to get the coins. Yeah, it's getting faster. Okay, I like it. I like it. Can you guys sense the speedy uppiness? Oh, I've got no shotgun. Where's my shotgun gone? There's one. Okay, I want it to go even faster. I'm getting a bit dizzy with the speed, actually. Boom, boom. Nice. It's got good rock and roll music in the background. Oh, that's just reload. Okay, I better start shooting. There is a little bit of a dominant mechanic, though. I can just stay in one lane. Just shoot whenever something comes in front of me. Oh. Wow, this is testing my eyes. Oh.
Yeah, I wonder if some temporal anti-aliasing might be good here.
You win.
You win. You did it.
Look at that. Rick is only moderately useless at playing games. Cool. I can see why that was rated highly in fun, because that was fun. Nice work.
I just picked a random one that I thought looked cool. Are we allowed to do that? Can I? This game's called Magic Jack, and it looks interesting. I'm into cards and dice and strategy, so. Okay, if you need your redemption, you'll have to learn how to battle with magic. Okay, I'm down for that. Start a turn, we draw 2 cards. You can sense the opponent's first 2 cards. They're up there. Yours are down here. Just gonna keep zooming.
Sorry, I keep pushing the wrong button. There we go.
End turn. Mine's better. 5 plus 6 is greater than 2 plus 3. Now try to beat me. Draw more cards. Don't hesitate. Wait, are you trying to put a math class in my card game? Hold on.
5 plus 6 is greater than 2 plus 3. I think that's pretty straightforward. You can do that one.
Wait, try to beat me. Draw more cards. Don't hesitate. What am I trying to beat?
I think the resolution here is a high number.
Oh. Right. Okay, so I'm 11. He's 5. But I can't end turn. Sum of card powers, which is values plus sharpening. Whoever has more power will deal damage this turn.
Oh yeah. So Yong, how many of the games did you play for the Game Jam?
Oh boy. I want to say around 20. Probably less than you guys because I spent roughly 20 hours checking everyone's source. So that's what I opened a lot of projects in Unity. I didn't actually hit play for the majority of those because I was mostly just trying to make sure everything was there.
So when you say you opened the majority of the games checking for source, like what and why? Tell us about that.
Right. So one of the goals of this game jam, which we've done for every jam that we've had, is that you should be able to download a project source and look at it. So the source being the project files, whatever is needed to actually open it in Unity or Unreal or whatever engine the project used, and then poke around, look at the source code, look at the way they set up the project, and just try to learn from it. And I think that's one of the best things about our jam specifically is that if there is an entry that you see that you like, and it doesn't matter what skill level you are, you could be absolute beginner. If there's something that you like and you want to check out how it was made, you can do that. You can certainly do that with this jam. And so even though technically the jam is over, if you you could spend quite some time still looking at these games and just being like, I want to see how some of these are made. Granted, they're jam games, so some of the source code may not be like the most optimized.
Elegant,
But
yeah.
yeah, but in terms of just how they did things, like we played some 2D games previously. There's some parallax going on, and if you're like, how do I do that parallax? You can download the project, just open the scene, and just be like, okay, how'd they stack their layers, what they do,
Mm.
that sort of thing. Or some of the animations, like let's say you don't know anything about the Unity animator, and you're like, how did they do some of these animations? Some of the Jam game entries that I've seen, I'm pretty sure you could do those with the Unity animator. Now, I'm not sure those, every entry with the animations necessarily didn't use like custom made animations from a like 3D modeling program, but a good number of these animations can definitely be done using Unity, and I wouldn't be surprised, or Unreal or whatever engine you use. I wouldn't be surprised if a good number of them just use the animation package that's in the engine. And so, if you're like, how'd they do that? I mean, there's so much you can learn just from downloading the source, and I think that's one of the biggest things that RJM offers.
Yeah. It's really cool to be able to just see something super awesome. You have no idea how a programmer did, and then just download it and see. And it's extra important when you're learning, right? Because it's like the earlier you are in the game dev journey, the more that stuff seems like sorcery to you. So yeah, it's cool. Are we? I think
Nice.
Rick, did you see any ones that you wanted to play?
I think we've had a good play session for this session.
Yeah.
I think. What I wanted to do is just for the folks that are hanging out here, if you've got any questions, you wanted just to talk about games or game jams or making your game jam games better or game design or optimizing your time or any sort of stuff. We haven't really done questions for a while. We've been playing games. So, well done to everyone who participated in the game jam, and well done, Tim and Yong, you guys, for all the organizing and making the game jam awesome. Thanks for all your hard work on that. And, well done to the community for 1,000 or so submissions is pretty epic, and so much cheering and congratulating and supporting of one another. So I think it's super cool. I'm pumped with how well everything's gone.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
But if you guys watching live have any questions for us, then please throw them our way. Look at that. New comments will display here.
Comments.
This is where we'll get the spam.
Yeah, now the spam bots will pull it.
So
yeah,
anyone...
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying, anyone who submitted their entry can redeem a free GameDev.tv course of their choosing. Do we have the workflow for that? Is that a page we can point people to if they submitted? Then it's clear how to do that.
Yeah, so everyone that submitted should have received an email yesterday to their itch email address where they submitted a game, and it's got all the instructions on how to redeem a course. We've already got hundreds of redemptions so far, so it's going to take us a week or two to work through all that stuff because we have people manually going through spreadsheets and adding courses to everybody, so it's not automated or anything. So please be patient with that, but we are working on it. If you worked in a team, I noticed this question has come up a few times. If you worked in a team, forward the email to your teammates so that they can do it. We will be checking the submissions. You have to add your team as a collaborator on your project. And then once they fill out that form, we can go through and say, okay, the other teammate is also a collaborator on the itch project, and we can see that. But yeah, feel free to forward that email to your collaborators. I wish we could send all of the collaborators an email as well, but we can't. We can only do submissions. I wish there was an easier way to do that. But I don't think anyone's ever done anything like this quite with itch so far. So itch doesn't have a messaging platform either. I thought they did. I don't know why I thought they had private messages, but that would have been a lot easier.
Yeah. Got a question from Joe. Will there be more skill builder seasons? They are very helpful. So, I loved creating skill builder stuff, and the people who have participated have had a great time. The one thing we found was there was a bit too much. There was like, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. And people were saying, whoa. I've already got so many things I want to create and do and build and put into action. So we slowed it down a little bit so that people had the opportunity to participate in season 1 and season 2. in terms of will there be more, maybe if enough people say that was cool and they want us to do some more, then we'll absolutely look into it. But it's the sort of thing that if you're looking to, making a game jam game is great, but sometimes you don't have time, or you don't have the idea, or it's just, a lot of the times it's the time. So Skill Builder is a lot about giving, here's the framework for a project, and here are some challenges to go and fill in the blanks or solve the problem or add to what we've got there. So you can go through a Skill Builder project in a day or so, as opposed to 10 days for a game jam game. And so it really tests where you're at in terms of your knowledge, your ability, your creativity, but in a way that there's a lot of support. So, maybe we'll do more if people sort of keep knocking on the door for it.
Cool. David wants to know, they replied to the forum, how long will it take to get the course? Give us a week or two, because we're sorting through everything. So the farther you back in the queue, we're doing them in order of receiving them. So give us a week or two. Jorge wants to know, can I add more features to my submission now? That is your game. You can do whatever you want now. You can sell it, you can tweak it, you can delete it, you can do whatever you want to your game now. So that's 100% up to you.
Yep. Question from Drake Dude. Will there ever be a game design course? Yes, one day.
We want to do one really bad. We've talked about it a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, we want to do it. At some point we will. It's just a matter of getting to it in the chain of priorities. But it's a good reminder, actually. I think we've been wondering what our next courses should be. That should be somewhere on the list, I think. Game design. Yeah.
I think so. It's a good topic. Oops, wrong one. Foul Druid asks, is this the only game jam this year you do? Yeah, generally, they've been annually. I'm not going to sign anybody up for anything else, but I would love biannually. But I don't think we can commit to that.
I'm wondering, for people who are here live, would you be interested in maybe a mini game jam halfway point? So we do 2 a year. Maybe this is the big one, and then another one that's a bit smaller. Maybe we could keep it
a weekend or something.
Yeah, a weekend. Keep it tighter. Maybe change the way it works. Maybe
I'd love to know what people will have to think about that, because that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tech Dave, what do you think on this one? Rick?
I don't know. I know a guy who knows Construct pretty well.
Tim?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we can make that happen.
If enough people ask for it, it could be possible. One thing that I wanted to do is a little bit of a teaser. From time to time, we do polls in our Facebook groups, particularly in the Unity Facebook group, also the Unreal group, also the Blender group.
All the groups.
Probably a year ago, I was asking, out of all the categories, genres of game, what would you like us to teach next? And then I also asked the same thing at the start of this year. So I've asked it a few times, and consistently the top answer has been turn-based strategy game, XCOM type game. And so we've been looking at that and trying to get something going on that. We got something going, but then it stopped, and something going, and then it stopped. And I'm excited to say, no promises, maybe this month, within the next week or two, we may have some pretty good news for anyone who is interested in a more intermediate/advanced Unity course that may or may not have something to do with turns and basing and strategies. So, and it may or may not feature a very well-known YouTuber who is very popular on Unity for making the YouTubes. So
may or may not. Okay.
May or may not be all of these things. But if that's something that floats your boat, keep your eyes peeled. Particularly if you're on our email list, then you'll get the latest news about, here it is, it's ready. And normally in the first week we do some deals and discounts and stuff. So if you're not on our email list, then jump over there and get yourself on the email list. So don't know, is anyone interested in Unity turn-based strategy, a little bit more advanced in the programming? Maybe.
I feel like, Rick, you might have just thrown a wrench in people's plans, because I know that giving a free course was the one of the incentives for this jam, and then I know some people might have already submitted their forms, so it's like, oh,
That's a
I
good
take that
point,
back,
actually. That's a good
Want that
point.
new-
Well, to be honest, if you're gonna buy a course, this is a good one to buy. To be honest.
Well, it's not gonna work out that way though, because you have to submit the form in a week, and we have to give you a course that currently exists. You can't save it. So
Yes,
okay.
that
It
was
is-
carefully
yeah.
planned by me, Yong. I thought through that whole thing before I said anything. I had it all figured
Yeah.
out. Don't you worry about it.
You got to redeem
Yeah.
a current course. Sorry, people, but I'm telling you this: if it may or may not be well worth the money. That's the wrong thing. Wait. Hold on.
May or may not be well worth the money.
Wait, am I the marketing guy? Wait.
Nice.
What's my role again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you a marketing guy?
So-
I like what you're doing there. That's anti-marketing. I don't know. Don't buy it. Buy it. I don't care.
we did see a lot of positive feedback for a mini jam. A lot of people seem excited about that, and a lot of people seem super excited for the turn-based course as well. So that's cool.
Yeah. Nice.
Any plans for Godot?
You know what? Okay, to be perfectly blunt here, we would like to find someone who would like to be a Godot instructor, and we're also, I've not watched the Godot space for a month or two, but it was all about waiting for Godot 4 to
That's
be
kind of what we're doing.
out and about and ready. And I thought it was, I'm like, oh, Godot 4 is definitely out. Then I saw something just recently saying, yeah, Godot 4 will be available within the next 10 years. So you know how it is. Sometimes these things take a little bit longer to
Godot 4 is unfortunately going to break a lot of the backwards compatibility. So there's a lot of stuff like from Godot projects that aren't going to work because they're using new systems and new stuff like that. So I think it would be in our best interest to wait. But we're keeping an eye out for instructors and stuff like that for sure. I would love to do that. I just too many things on my plate. Got to dive into that world.
Yeah. So if you happen, I mean, this is interesting. In general, we're always looking for folks who are in our community, who understand our style of teaching, who are interested in creating courses themselves. And if you've made a video or two and you've done a tutorial or two, you know, in terms of you've created something and you've tried that and you're interested and it's sort of the sort of thing you'd like to build and get better at, then it's always worth reaching out to us and having a chat. Not if you're just like, oh, I've never done it, but I've always wondered about it. It's important first that you go and record some lectures and, you know, get all your systems figured out and get your microphone working and actually decide whether or not you like doing that, which is super important to be an instructor. If you record a couple of videos and you're like, oh, that was awful, then, you know, probably don't keep doing it. But if you've got a YouTube channel and you really enjoy it and you're looking for an excuse to, you know, to do it more and have it be more part of a, you know, a career path or an important part of your business or a side hustle, then, you know, definitely give us a yell. And one of the things that I think people don't realize is you don't need to be a world-class expert in something. So we're talking about Godot or Godot or whatever you,
Godot.
however you wish to
Gadget
pronounce
Godot.
it. Godot makes a lot more sense, to be honest, but I don't know, for some reason Godot makes it sound more French.
Dots are points in space, and you know, you could make a I'm not gonna get out of that rabbit hole.
No.
Yeah,
I already put my foot in my mouth once in the stream. So
but it's the sort of thing that you'd need to know it reasonably okay, but you don't need to be a world expert in it to teach these things. So sometimes people have the assumption, well, I've only been doing this for a year, I could never teach it. It's like, you absolutely could. Yeah.
Yeah. People are saying ask Heartbeast. He's busy doing his own stuff now. He's fantastic at Godot.
Yeah.
He's actually releasing a book.
Yeah, he's doing well. I've what's his game? It's that mini roguelike he made. The new tank game looks great too. I haven't played that one, but
yeah, he's a good dude. We did a course with Heartbeast Benjamin. He's a really nice dude. Cool. What other questions do you guys have?
someone asked about a level design course, and I believe we have something like that in Unreal, right?
I would call it an environment art level course,
Right,
not
okay.
a level design course. So It's a lot more about how do you put your things using Quixel Bridge. How do you make it look nice? With a little bit of layout conversation, a little bit of make sure that you can't see too far in the distance and that you add some variety, whatever. But it's not here's where to put the power-ups and the enemies and the trigger the narrative and all that jazz.
I will say, just from a decade of game dev, that level design is highly dependent on your genre. So a general level design course probably won't work because like the stealth level is going to be way different than FPS level, which is why games like, Deus Ex or stuff that combines stealth and action are so impressive to me because their level design is fantastic and it's got all these different, outcomes. But yeah, so something we can think about. How's old Ben Tristram doing?
Oh, I like the wording there. Old Ben Tristram. I'm old Ben Tristram. He's doing well. Yeah, he's. I was talking to him just yesterday. He's still benning on being the best Ben that Ben can bend. So he's doing well. That's he's still alive, still kicking.
What kind of game art centered courses do we have? We've got drawing. We've got all the Blender stuff. We got lots of Blender stuff. If you consider that's 3D art, game art, basically.
Yep.
Pixel art, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So pixel a fundamentals pixel art course, which gets you up and running using Libre Sprite, which is similar to Sprite. The drawing course Grant does introduction to drawing. You can use paper and pencil. You don't have to have a tablet. It's really good. Just starting with let's draw an axe. Let's draw a sword. Let's draw some barrels. And then moving up to let's draw a spaceship and let's draw some characters. So it's really good from a concept art point of view, because a lot of people think concept art is the beautiful, landscapes or the lovely loading screen art. But concept art for us as indies is really, okay, I want to get in there and create something, model a thing, or I need a world. Okay, what's a sword look like? And if you're communicating to someone else or you're wanting to make it yourself, you want to sketch a few things out. Okay, is it, large handle and small blade? No, is it long blade? Is it curved? Is it whatever? And there's a couple of techniques that you can pick up really quickly and easily. So you can quickly be sketching things in your game, and then you can go and make it properly, or you can ask someone else to make it. So that concept art drawing course, I really like it. It's one of my favorites. So, and then obviously all of the Blender stuff that we've got, and a Blender visual effects course as well, where you can make the sort of CG that you would make in movies. So we've got the ogre from the Blender character creator course is running down a real street, like, real video footage. So how do you get CG joined with real world? So that's pretty cool in that course.
Do we have any plans for a ProcGen course?
Well, everyone send a message to Gary Petty. So yeah, Gary's been investigating ProcGen. And busy doing other stuff, so it's tough to get to it. I don't know if Gary's watching at the moment, possibly not. But yeah, we've been planning it, researching it, prototyping it. It's a tricky one to get right because it's very easy to have it be deep and dull and just too mathematicky in the way that it's created. So he's been prototyping a ProcGen course, and at some point, hopefully we will get something out there. Oh, cool. Gary is watching. G'day, Gary. I didn't realize that I've just publicly said that you're investigating. Yeah. I do know that Gary's busy helping just keep the ship afloat, the GameDev.tv ship running. So also making a course is a tough ask in that. So yes, maybe someday, one day.
Someday, one day.
Perlin. Ben is still busy pitching his yaw. I know that reference. That's awesome.
I don't.
Sorry, Tim, I jumped over you there.
I missed that reference. No, I was just going to say procedural generation is complicated too, because that's like saying, I'm going to teach you how to repair a car. It's like, okay, like what part of the car? Like what?
Yeah, what's broken?
Yeah, where? Yeah. What kind of car? Like what? Yeah, so there's a lot of decisions to be made.
Yeah. Cool. Young, what are you working on nowadays? I thought I saw on I think I saw this in one of the Facebook groups. You were working on some beautiful art in a game, and it seemed like
Oh gosh.
you were regularly doing updates like, oh, here's some more beautiful, here's my game, it's looking amazing, looking amazing. And I'm like, that looks really great. What are you up to? Why are you doing this? What are you working on at the moment?
So my mainstay game has always been a online card game, and that one. Long story short, I did run a studio for 2 years, but we ran out of money, and I had the decision to make that many studios do: is do we pivot to selling services, essentially contracting out our team to build other people's games or doing development for other people. And I decided not to go that route. I didn't want to. I kind of researched it, and I was like, I don't really think that's where doing that to stay afloat is not what I wanted to do. And so I switched from that to being more of a hobbyist. And so some of the stuff you see that I post in the Facebook group is honestly just experimentation. My mainstay game, so it was started in Unity 5. Actually finished the upgrade to the latest Unity LTS this year. So it's
Unity 5. Whoa.
Yeah. Unity 5 was great. I mean, to be honest, it was pretty great back then. Maybe not so great now, but yeah. So there's just a lot of things that I'm trying to work out internally, but it also has kind of humbled me. And when the studio ran out of money, and then we tried to launch a Kickstarter, kind of learned the hard way, some of the numbers around Kickstarter, as well as like how difficult marketing can be. The whole like you'll go to Starbucks to buy a $5 coffee, but you won't even look at my game that I've spent several years making, and then kind of learning that okay, there's this sort of relationship that Starbucks has built with customers, and that if we really wanted the Kickstarter to succeed, we had to build that sort of relationship, build up a community, and just a lot of the learnings, honestly. And so nowadays I work in cybersecurity, mostly for big companies. So for example, I'm working with Walmart on Friday, but that's what keeps me afloat nowadays. And then I pretty much just work on my card game, just on my own time, and then do some experimentation as well, just because Unity is very much in flux with URP, HGRP, that sort of thing.
Young, I have to ask, you're in cybersecurity. Do you ever put on sunglasses, type on the keyboard, hit enter, and then say, I'm in? Has that ever happened to you?
So that's how it appears in the movies. It's always like some hacker, breaking into a system. But what it looks like in the real world is usually more process based, more proactive. Instead of being like, hey, we've been hacked, how do we do the damage control?
Right.
Most big companies are like, how do we set up processes and organize our development so that we are accounting for cybersecurity? And so I'm more
that's cool.
Working with devs and saying like, what's your existing process? Here are some flaws that you might be running into.
Trying to poke holes in it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, more proactive.
Yeah,
gotcha. I've heard white hat hackers are a thing.
It does make it more. I understand a little bit now more why you kept asking me to install that keylogger executable on my computer for my own security. Now I'm understanding. You said over and over, it's for your own good, Rick. So I get it now. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have doubted while I was installing that. I thought it was some sort of ancient history. I thought Trojan, you were talking about like some sort of, history lesson. So I get it now.
Young was really going through all the Unity projects in the Game Jam to check them for security holes.
or maybe he's the middleman. He's like, okay, I just. It's now ready. The source code is ready for everyone to check out.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Man in the middle attack is definitely a common pathway to do it. So.
Okay, Tim. I've got a question in the chat that's just brought delight to my face. So from Alia Pro, just out of curiosity, what do Tim and Rick do for a living? You know what? Sometimes it feels like we don't do much. Oh, that's so good. I love it. That's my favorite question, I think, for a long time. So, well, what we do is we try to make courses
Uh,
and teach people stuff.
Here it comes. Wait, I blocked them. Hold on.
How on earth is that bot coming right after that?
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh no. Good timing.
Yeah.
What do we do for a living? I don't know. We kind of hang out, talk about stuff, talk about feelings.
We give the gift of game dev to the planet.
We try. We try.
We try.
We help people
Yeah.
learn skills by making games.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Yeah. Tim does some marketing, as was evident earlier in our conversation, by
I
his
tried
slick way
to.
of saying, like, this new course that we've got coming out, it might be okay. I don't know. No guarantees, no promises, you guys.
I'm much better on the digital side of things where I don't have to interact with cameras and people.
Tim's a typer. That's what does Tim do for a living? He types stuff.
I just type. That's what my dad thinks I do. He always, whenever he has a computer problem, he's like, just type on the keyboard and fix it. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
You need some
Well, it is how it
sunglasses.
works because I typed on the keyboard and fixed it, but only that time. It doesn't
Yeah.
always work like that.
Yeah.
I will say I largely owe my career to you guys just because I didn't actually major in computer science or anything programming related, and so just after college I took your courses, started up my studio, and then when we ran out of money, it was largely the portfolio I built from GameDev.tv as well as my card game that we were working on in the studio that was enough to get me in the door for at least the interviews, because a lot of places they're like computer science bachelor's degree, or
Yeah.
you got to have portfolio to show that you know your stuff, and so GameDev.tv is largely how I got into cybersecurity. Maybe not the cybersecurity aspect, but like how I got into programming for a big company and then later made the jump to cybersecurity. So
Oh,
Cool,
nice.
man.
That's really cool. Really great. And I love hearing those stories because so many people are daunted by the prospect of how do I go from not really knowing this stuff to having a job. And the perception is you need to go and spend 4 years at university and spend, $50,000 to go through that process. Or the catch-22 of people are looking for experience, but I haven't got a job yet. So how can I show them that I've had a job? I need to get a job in order to get a job. It doesn't make sense. But I think like you're showing that if you work on your own projects, you self-learn, you take courses, you work on projects, you complete some products, whether it's games or apps or websites, it's all relevant to an employer to show that you have the ability to start something and complete something. And then if you're out there with your own studio as well, it shows that you've got the tenacity to give it a go, and you've got the you can be proactive. So I think all these things is why we've been banging on about, hey, do game jam games. If it's your first one, like get out there and do it, because it'll start that path. It'll open doors. You can't just sit there and learn. You've got to do as well. So yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. I love those stories of people got out there and just gave it a shot, and then who knows where you're going to end up in another 5 or 10 years time if you continue down this path. You get better and better at what you do, and at some point you'll be taking over the world.
Success is very rarely like a video game where you find the key and then unlock the door and then repeat it. It's like a lot more linear and crazier than that, right? Like maybe some skill you learned 2 years ago at a random interaction that you had comes in handy for this one thing, and it makes you perfectly qualified for this other thing that like you didn't see coming, So yeah, just doing stuff, getting stuff out there, practicing your skills and getting better at
Are
stuff
you
over time.
Young? Are you remote with your work now? Or are you going to an office?
I'm remote.
Yeah, and this is I'm glad I was hoping that would be the answer, because I think historically, maybe 5 years ago, we'd have people join us on a stream or ask questions, and it would be, I live in this particular place. There's not many opportunities around. What do I do? Or I really want to get a visa to go to North America. How do I do that? Or I don't know. There's no meetups near me. What do I do? And I think the gift that COVID has given all of us in this particular industry is there's so many more opportunities now than there were to be wherever you are. That's good enough. Like if you're out in the middle of the country in a country that doesn't have any sort of game development industry or tech industry, it doesn't matter. You hop online, and if you're willing to work whatever time zones that the job requires, then you can totally get jobs. You can totally put yourself out there and succeed. So there's more opportunities now, I believe, to work remotely than there's ever been. And a lot of companies are saying, oh, well, we now want people to come back to work, but there's still going to be this massive door that's been opened for remote work for people. We have a lot of folks who are in India, in Southeast Asia, in South America, and for them to now have opportunities to work for whatever studio or whatever company they want, I think is just amazing. How on earth do we get rid of these spam bots?
I've been banning them, reporting them, and there's just so many of them. I don't. Yeah. It's a YouTube thing. Every stream has them. It's easier to spin up new bots and like thousands of them in a second than it is to like manually block them all.
Yeah.
I'm sure
you write a bot
security expert.
Write a bot to catch the bots. So
yeah. Write a bot to get people go to your Kickstarter page. There you go. Instead of come see the hot, steamy, XXX stuff, it can be like a bot that's just out there on all the live streams. Go back my Kickstarter.
I mean,
fun fact.
Don't do that.
In the early days of YouTube, I was on YouTube like super, super early, and then I quit for like a bunch of years. But back then, views were literally like page refreshes. So one of the first programming things I ever did was like it just refreshed my video. And I ended up on the front page of YouTube back when it wasn't a big deal. It took like 1,000 views to get on the front page of YouTube. But I remember thinking like, wow, this was really easy. Like I feel like a hacker. It's like, but yeah, it's not like that anymore. Block user on YouTube, and they come in with like they'll come in at four times in a row with different bots, so you'll feel like you blocked them, but then you missed one. Yeah. Anyway, good times.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's been a massive session. Yong, thanks for jumping in and joining us and hanging out.
Yeah.
And
especially last minute, right after your call. Appreciate it.
Nice. And once again, thanks you guys for all the work on the Game Jam and spearheading it, making it a huge success. It's so cool. It's so lovely to have so many people in the community participate this time round as well. It's going to be, maybe next year we'll have 10,000 submissions. How's that sound for going through all the
sounds terrifying. Your staff. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic evening.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Yong, Tim, everyone watching, and we will see you again soon.
Bye, everybody.